Hello friends, it's Jeff here and welcome to my corner and welcome to another Quick Tip Tuesday. Now, when we're detailing or super detailing or scratch building, sometimes we would like to simulate like an extra access hatch or an inspection cover or a repair panel or a door. It all depends what you're working on. But sometimes we would like to add some extra detail that gives it a little bit of maybe realism into your subject, depending what you're doing. So let's say that we would like to simulate, or what we're simulating, a repair panel on this fuselage. This is a fuselage, a spare fuselage of a Black Widow that I have laying around, 1/32 scale. But you can easily do this on a piece of armor or on a truck. So let's say that we would like to make a little repair panel here, or create an access hatch or an inspection cover. Now, when you're dealing with World War II subjects or earlier, most of the time, almost in every time, they're bolted on or riveted on. So you have to apply rivets. Now, there's a couple of ways to apply rivets, and we're all familiar with punch and die sets, like the one I have here from Waldron. This is the sub miniature set, and they've been around for a little while. A little pricey too, but when you take care of these, they will last for a long time. And it also provides you with several dies that you can use to make several sizes of rivets. But those are individual rivets, and sometimes it's a little painstaking to make all those. You have to pick them up with a sharp knife, you have to put them in position, you have to glue them. And how can we simulate an access hatch or a repair panel or an inspection cover without going through the pain of adding individual rivets that we have to line up? Now you will be surprised how you can simulate something really realistic without going through too much pain, and by using a very simple method. So let's show you a very simple way to simulate that. As we discussed, we're going to make a little repair panel right here. Again, this is only for demo purposes, so it's not going to be accurate. I just wanted to show you a very effective way actually, to simulate rivets. Now the first thing we need is plastic sheet, and preferably the 10,000ths of an inch the thickness. You can do it with 5,000ths of an inch thickness, depending how thick the panel is that you want to create. But for our demo here, and since it's a repair panel on an airplane, I want to go as thin as possible. So 10,000ths of an inch is almost, it's actually in some cases thinner than paper. So another thing we need is a ruler, and then of course an X-Acto knife or a scalpel. And then we're just gonna, again, it's not gonna be accurate. I'm not gonna really bother about taking measurements. So what we do, we just cut a sliver off and make it a little straight. Make like a rectangular panel. And you can do it in any shape. You can do square shapes, you can do rectangular panels, you can do oval panels, round panels. It's all the same thing, but for now we're just going to go with a rectangular panel. Once we get the desired shape of the panel that we want, we still need to keep our ruler close. We need an instrument like this. Now this is a pick, sometimes they call it a rivet maker, but it's just a sharp object. It doesn't have to be something like this. For the longest time, actually for over 10 years, I used an old needle of my airbrush. There was like an airbrush I didn't use anymore, and I took the needle out and I used that for my rivet maker. You can also have like a heavy duty sewing needle that you can use. Maybe you have to blunt the point a little bit, but they have to be pretty sharp to make rivets. So first of all, we put our ruler around the edges of the plastic sheet. And then, of course, you see the increments. Now you can make as many rivets or as little rivets as you want. It all depends what you want to do. So let's say that we're going to follow all the increments here. And then you just go along the way. Make very soft indentations. Don't have to press hard, because the trick is not to push through. Since it's 10,000ths of thickness, it's very thin, so it easily can be perforated, and you don't want that. You just want to control the pressure, so you barely make an indentation. And you do it on all sides, and you do it the same way like you did in the lengthwise. You now do it in this direction. Same thing, every other increment. making soft indentations in it. So once you're done, you pick it up and you turn it over. And when you hold it to the light, you will see that you have a nice straight line all around with perfectly made rivet heads. And now it's just a way to apply it to where you want it, and you have a perfectly riveted on repair panel. Now on the other side, I prepared some that I sprayed over with primer, and here you have it. It's nicely lined up. They're all in a straight line, and I even had another one here, a round one with a couple of rivets on there. I'll put some pictures in there with close-ups, but I think you get the drift. It's not all that difficult to do, and you can do it on a lot of things. You can use this technique on a lot of scratch building. Like for instance, this is the cockpit floor of my B-17, and I had to recreate the floor with rivets. And so I did the same thing. I cut out panels, and you can easily line up panels. You can line them up. You can push other panels next to it. That you can create a whole layer wherever you want, whatever area you want to cover. You can do that in panels with the same technique. And this is from my cockpit floor, and like you can see here, I got perfectly lined up rivet lines all along the edges. So it's not all that difficult to do. It's very easy. You only have to have a couple instruments close, and other than that, it's a lot better than cutting like 100 of these, and then still you're going to have a lot of problems lining them up. But very effective, very simple, and once it's painted over, it really looks realistic. So that was it, guys. I hope I was able to show you something. Please do not forget to subscribe on YouTube. Please like and share us on Facebook. And like always, most importantly, go to our website at www.jeffyscornerstore.com for all your future purchases. But for now, I'm going to leave it at that. I'll see you guys next time with another quick tip, and definitely every Sunday at 7 o'clock Central Time with a live chat on Facebook. Until then, you all stay safe. Jeffy here, signing off.